This is Essie Featured.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. This life, in the elevator.
3 years after his death, Prince is rightly celebrated throughout his hometown of Minneapolis as the most electrifying songwriter, live performer, and virtuoso of his era. But as his fellow musicians learned, and friends here knew, Prince Rogers Nelson had another set of spectacular skills. Years before his music set the world on fire, Prince made a name for himself on the court, outside Park Avenue United Methodist Church in South Minneapolis.
The first time I remember seeing Prince, it was about 6th grade. Prince was very athletic. To me, his biggest assets were his speed and his quickness.
From the church league here, Prince and Greg Boone would be teammates at Bryant Junior High from 7th through 9th grade, Prince at point guard.
You had to be ready for a no-look pass from Prince back in the day. He just had that ability to decipher, create, and then implement a play just on the spot. So he would take off running and zigzag and do all those types of things. And his speed, they couldn't catch him.
He had an afro that was about 2 feet high, so he was at that time still the smallest guy on the court. Prince wasn't a great shooter, but he was so fast and so quick with passing.
Central High basketball coach Al Nunes was scouting what was then regarded as a once-in-a-generation group of players, including Prince. Many of those players would star on a legendary 75-76 team at Central, but Prince would not be among them.
We were playing, and then all of a sudden, Prince walks off, he leaves. He said, oh, he's got to catch the bus. You know, he had some music commitments.
You could see Prince start to wean away from the game.
Even with the fame and the global success, the game stayed with him. During her mid-'80s collaborations with Prince, percussionist and singer Sheila E. says the two would break from recording to hit the court.
He was a great basketball player. He really was. He could play, no joke.
Now, when you'd be playing horse or pig, what kind of a shooter was he?
He did pretty good, but I did better. I was better than him in three-point shot. This is one thing that he really hated. If I did something that was silly, like I would get the basketball and then I would bounce it. I said, you have to do this. So I bounce and I do something like this, and then you turn, and you got to go like this. And if I made it, he's just like, I'm not doing it. I said, then take a letter. Because he would get mad at me doing silly things like that. It's just part of what we did every day, or, you know, when we were recording, or even at Paisley, you know, we just play.
News of Prince's finest hour on a basketball court emerged on February 18th, 2004, when TV's Chappelle Show aired one of Charlie Murphy's true Hollywood stories.
We in the club, we getting our groove on, shaking it up, and Prince came in. That's when Purple Rain came out, and Prince was the, you know what I'm saying?
The sketch tells the story of an after-hours pickup game back in 1985 that pitted comedian Eddie Murphy's crew versus Prince and his pals. Chappelle's dazzling impression of Prince was pure comedic gold.
And he was with his whole crew, and he had this other cat named Mickey Free. And Mickey Free was like the new cat in Shalimar, that when he joined the group, I heard mad cats like, yo, Shalimar got a new girl in there, man.
It was right on. I laugh even now about it.
Guitarist Mickey Free, then with the group Shalimar, suggests a detail that didn't make it into the Chappelle sketch, fueling Prince's fire to get on the court.
Eddie Murphy, he brought a big boombox with his new song.
Party all the time.
Party all the time. Prince is like, I don't have time for that. Let's play basketball.
This bores me. Is anyone up for a game of basketball?
Just like that. And I was like, what did Prince just say? Because we're in club clothes from the club, right?
You were wearing a blouse.
Well, I call it a shirt with ruffles, Chris. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we're gonna call this? The shirts against the blouse.
Prince brings it in, and I'm not even kidding when I tell you this. He was like, Steph Curry, baby. Then he goes to the far right corner, fadeaway jump shot, nothing but net.
Good. Game. Blouses.
All right, he beat you in basketball, and then what happened?
After it was all over, he took us in the house and served us pancakes.
So was Dave came to one of my shows after, and he's going, "Did you see the skit?" I said, yeah, come on, sit down. And then we're just sitting, chilling, and then out of nowhere, I just said, "Dave, want some pancakes?"
Today, for those who recall him on the court, where his flair and charisma stood out just like they did on stage, looking back, still brings a smile.
You know the one, doctor, everything will be alright. Instead of asking how much real time is left.
Even today, you know, it's pretty surreal for me to listen to some of his music and think that's the same guy he used to hang out with, you know, behind the church up at Park Avenue. He used to play middle school basketball. That's the picture with the afro. That's the same guy. Pretty amazing.